Hello, my flowers, and welcome back to my page, Messages from Venus. This is a deck review of the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. I have a ridiculous amount of decks that I have to review, you guys, but I will prevail. Things will move forward. Okay, so this is a deck by Fiona Morgan. And this deck is, I want to say that it's out of print. I want to say that I also bought it in eBay. I'm not quite sure. It brings two cards, hopefully it's focusing. Yeah, so this is the 10 of Cups, and this is the Strength card. They're both cards from the deck. You can color them, with your own colors, your own imagination, etc. It brings this fantastic book. A lot of my books I have thrown out, I'm not gonna lie to you, like the smaller little books. But it does bring this book. If you guys want to see my 60-second first impressions, it should be on my Instagram page. All that information is somewhere on the screen. And this deck, of course, is a very feminine deck. However, it is a feminine deck that acknowledges the divine masculine, because the divine masculine came from us. As you can see, the pyramid and the little circle here, the globe. The divine masculine came from us and was created from us. And I feel like this deck acknowledges not just different pantheons, not just different women, but it acknowledges exactly that we have to always and will always be respected. And things haven't always been that difficult for us as creators. And that a lot of us created a lot of what exists today, whether we want to believe it or not. So I feel like this deck also ignites a sort of, I don't know, it looked like that. The lighting is crazy. Oh my goodness, look at me, I'm rambling, you guys. I have so many things to do today. Anyway, I didn't see this deck just as a deck that is just feminine. It's not. It reminds us of who the divine feminine is, but it's not all feminine. Now, the book itself is great because it gives you the story behind the myths, the legends. It changes the names from wands to flames, etc. And it also gives beautiful poetry, just a lot of metaphysical information. This book, if you cannot get your hands on the deck, this book is a perfect deck to have. This deck has a lot of lesbian energy. This is the back of the deck. It's a huge deck. It does not come with the blue sides. I did that. However, this deck has a lot of feminine energy, has a lot of nudity. It touches a lot of the pantheons, you guys. Look at that, beautiful colors. All of the cards have a different spaz of color. They have a different jazz of color to them. Not all of the cards have people in it, as you can see. Some of it is pip style, and then others are not. It's just a lot of alchemical symbolism in this deck. A lot of people prefer to have other circular decks because they're smaller, but this deck to me is beautiful, and it's one that will stay and remain in my collection forever and a day. It's not something that I will ever give up, because it talks about the divine feminine in all of us, including men, in different facets, different phases. It gives you the phases of God, just like God has 99 names or whatever it is, or 72 or something like that. This deck gives you 78 cards and then some of the different phases of God in the light of the divine feminine energy. If you do not like nudity, you should not purchase this deck. If you do not like diversity, you should not purchase this deck. If you don't agree with certain mythos or mythology, it's not just the Egyptian mythology, they touch on everything, that you should not purchase this deck. This deck is not for those of us that are still ignorant as to how decks should look or feel some sort of way in regards to how decks should look. And the reason why I love this deck is because it incorporated everything, all cultures, all mythos back in 1991. This deck was created back in 1991, you guys. And so the fact that we kind of like digressed from the idea of having such diversity in a deck in the past, like, I don't know, not in the past like 2 years, but maybe 2 years and before then, we seem to have digressed and to conforming into a lot of nonsense and just one image that we forgot that decks like these existed back 20 something years ago. And that we've been fighting for diversity and not equality, but diversity. I feel like women don't realize that we fight for diversity, not equality, because not all women are the same. And we don't want to be the same as men, okay? That's not what a lot of people are saying, even though they think that's what they're saying, but they're not. But that's, for another video. And I feel like this deck reminds us of we are asking for diversity. We are asking to be acknowledged as a diverse species, as a diverse being that we are, as females that we are, okay? It's just a beautiful deck, beautiful, beautiful deck. See, it's a lot of pip style. This deck reminds me of the Thoth Tarot. And it also touches of a lot of extraterrestrial beings as well. A lot of the names are also changed, like Phoenix, the Temperance. What else can I say about this deck? It is a little glossy, as you can see. And that's okay. Some of us will find it a little difficult to shuffle, but I wouldn't change anything. I just did the sides because I feel like the blue gives a little bit more energy. That's all. But it's beautiful. It just touches on all the beings that you can think of in the history of humankind. I just absolutely love it. So if you guys get your hands on this deck, know that it's out of print and it might be a little bit pricey to get your hands on, but if you do, it's a beautiful deck to have in your possession. It touches on all aspects of not just humanity, not just the feminine, not just feminism, femininity, but also humanity. It's beautiful. It's very eclectic. Very, very eclectic. And then let me see, it is easy to shuffle. It's a little difficult to shuffle, but then easy at the same time because the deck is so glossy. So see, and then you can shuffle it, or you can shuffle it like this. It's just wider than other circular decks, and if you don't like circular decks, clearly this is not the deck for you. But I hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.